Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of Cal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the... Throwing on first down is Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And Crabtree had a 100-yard game against the Panthers, 110, 8 catches.
So when we talk about receivers, we're almost always talking about a number one guy for every team, right? And that means there would be a number two guy. But with Oakland, the way Crabtree's playing with Amari Cooper, is he really number two? Or is he more like 1A this season?
Exactly, because Amari has 66 catches, Crabtree right on his heels with 60. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Carr, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Deion Buchanan was drafted as a safety, but makes many of his plays as a linebacker in their scheme.
So 2nd and 10 here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
All right, here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Calais Campbell. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Carr down a throw, and he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 4th down, here's the Raider punter Marquette King to kick it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And the damage that David Johnson did in Week 12 was mainly through the air. 58 on the ground, but 103 receiving yards. He also scored a receiving touchdown.
And his versatility should surprise no one. Maybe the level he's playing has opened up some eyes, but he came out of Northern Iowa, went there as a wide receiver before becoming a running back, maintained both of those skills in a big way, and now he's the #1 threat on offense for the Arizona Cardinals.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Get ready.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down following the run.
Sally 19, Sally 19. Here we go.
Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So the tackle there by Khalil Mack. What a game against the Panthers. He had a sack, an interception, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown, all in the same game.
Is the statistician on the IR now? I mean, trying to keep up with all of his production. He's playing at that level that we all knew, anticipated, expected. He's just a guy that really refuses to be blocked.
By the way, first time that's been done since 2009 that a player's done that all in one game. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. So the Raiders take the field on offense again, sitting at 9-2, Charles, clinching their first winning season since way back in 2002.
And for most franchises, everyone would be dancing in the streets right now to support them, right? Their fans have to be going crazy. But don't you get the sense with this team that they have a bigger target in mind?
I think a much bigger target.
I mean, 9-2, terrific. Hey, they've erased some of that history, but they think that they can make a real deep run in the playoffs and be a real factor towards the Super Bowl.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty, it's Murray. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And this one complete to Seth Roberts. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Brought in by Walford, right side. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Frosty Rucker able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The way he roared up and made that play, that tells me that he spent a lot of time in the film room analyzing what this offense does, and he saw something that convinced him he didn't have to worry about the pass. He could just go right now and make a play.
Looking for Floyd, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And he knocks it through. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Now it's Ellington to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Palmer. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
On 1st down, it's Palmer. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And incompletion gives me a second to say I'm sorry. Because last week I knocked your yams. And my mom made a casserole with yams, and it was spectacular on Thanksgiving, as was the football. It was a great 3 game.
No one knocks the yams first and foremost. And I want to thank your mom for making that casserole, turning you around. But look at the games we had. Minnesota, Detroit. 4th quarter comeback for Detroit once more. They had a big win. How about the 2nd game? Washington at Dallas. Washington onside kick late with a chance to try and get the ball back and win it. And then the last game, Big Ben, once again a monster performance against the Colts.
They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they gave it a shot, quarterback sneak. Not able to get it.
No, but if you're going to call a QB sneak on 3rd down, you draw it up to get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe they were thinking 4-down territory. Partnered in less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Give them 27 yards that time. And the Cards are going to have a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and sneak it here. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll go with a keeper, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Drew Stanton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defense.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Regular, 7-19, 7-19, get ready, 1-18, regular, regular. Regular, 7-19, 7-19.
Now Palmer on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and that's caught inside the 35. It's a pickup of 33 yards, and it'll give the Cardinals a first down.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. He's had it ever since he entered campus there.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Reggie Nelson, the free safety, in on the stop.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, it's Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 1-18.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Regular. Get ready. Blue 95. 7-19. Let's go. Blue 58. Zebra.
play clock winding down. Now Palmer, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They come out here in the eye. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Ellington. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Let's go.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. Looking for Floyd, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Finds Roberts left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught at the 2. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Janikowski now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Really held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Palmer. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald until the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. We were wondering, we said at halftime, they've got to get on the same page.
He is very important to his team. I would say vital. Carson Palmer finding Larry Fitzgerald, that's the winning edge for them.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for an Arizona 1st down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Now Palmer out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense.
Let's go.
Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. Screen play, Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Stays on his feet. They find some open field here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out here in the I. On 2nd down, Palmer. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jihad Ward in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block it.
And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down.
Try it now. Regular. Sally 19.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Carr going to going to look to throw. Surveying the field. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Michael Crabtree, 78 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Janikowski on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Let's go, let's go. Blues, regular. Deep, mirror.
Second and 10 now. It's Palmer. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 77 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that...
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Carr going to throw here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Regular. All right now, Blues 57-19.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there.